Hello everyone, this is Michael from Geekalicious Art. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to buy one of our LED lights. I happen to be a big fan of all these sorts of products. This is a particular favorite of mine, as you might be able to tell. It is Durin's Door, or the entrance to Casa Doom. All you have to do is speak friend and enter. This light looks absolutely phenomenal, and this is what it will look like when you receive it. You will see that it isn't transparent, and that's simply because of the fact that it still has a protective tape on it, and all you have to do is peel it off. So I'm going to show you some of the simplest ways that you can actually peel this off. You can use fingernails if you have fingernails that are long enough to do it, or you can use something like tweezers. You just have to be cautious with how you approach peeling it with tweezers because you don't want to cause any damage to the actual acrylic underneath. I personally like to start usually in a corner, and I peel off all of the little indents here that you can see. It's really not that hard. It usually only takes about 10 minutes or so. I will be speeding up this process for you guys in a little bit, just because I imagine that it'd be boring to sit here and listen to me ramble for about 10 minutes. Sometimes it can be a teeny bit difficult, but nothing too bad. Come on, there we go. Okay, just going to continue going this way for the moment. Really, you can go any way you like. This is just my preferred method. Let's see here. Okay. You should like to group them together if you can. And then, as long as the string is strong, you can pull it with your fingers. Otherwise, you can use your tweezers, and if it breaks a little bit, that's not a problem. Like you see, it's broken a few times for me. You just go and individually get the little pieces. So I mean, that's the vast majority of it, you'll see. So I'm just going to show you peeling off larger sections here. So we take off part of the base there. Okay. Usually like to get all the smaller bits done before I do the larger parts. Again, that's just a personal preference of mine. You're not going to do any harm if you do it a different way. I do not have very good fingernails for doing this, so I prefer to use the tweezers. And it allows a certain level of precision, which I like. And that's just more of a personality thing for me. So it's really not hard. You just pick at the edge just a teeny bit. It'll really just pop up. It's just a little bit of effort. You can turn it around a little bit. I always like to get corners. It just makes it easier for the peeling. You still have this inside one to do here. Let's see. Okay. Inside ones can be a little bit more difficult on this particular print. Some of them are easier than others to do. It really just depends on the level of detail involved. And Durin's Door is quite a bit more detailed than your average acrylic cut that you're gonna get. Like, we do some Minecraft ones, and those can really be done in just a few minutes, simply because the detail is not quite so intricate. You can literally see me peeling off small little sections there. And then we go. Again, you're really not gonna, doing it this way will minimize any chance of damaging the acrylic, which is why I do it that way, because I like to save the big pieces for last. And any adjacents as well. Got some of the finer work down here. Come on, there we go. Even though this should technically come off right there, when you peel this larger piece, sometimes it doesn't, so I usually just end up grabbing it while I'm going to town in that area anyways. You can see even those tiny little bits. And a little trick of the trade, for particularly for this one, is you'll notice that these two score lines are intersecting, touching, so you can literally peel them as well. There we go. Okay. Going to town on the hammer and anvil. Anvil? Not anvil. That's funny. Okay. And when you're all done, you'll be able to see any little bits that you have to get that you might have missed. And you probably will miss some, because I miss them all the time when I'm making mine. So I'm a big fan of these and have a few different options that I just keep in my office and that I have given to my boys. Like, my boys are big Minecraft fans and they're big PJ Masks fans, and we create a little something for them usually. Oh, Jurassic World too. They don't watch Jurassic World because they're a little too young, but they do like Lego Jurassic World, and therefore they think they like Jurassic World. But I don't think they're ready for a PG-13 movie yet. Okay, come on. Let's see here. Then you got the stars, the 7 stars. These ones again are a little more difficult. I usually just grab the bulk of it, and then I'll grab the last little bit, usually with my fingernails, after I have the rest of it peeled. Let's see here. Still have to do this. And this. Come on. There we go. You can see sometimes it decides to be a teeny bit difficult. It's not that big of a deal, like I said. It just takes a little patience. There we go. Yep. One of the reasons why we choose to send it with this tape still on is it helps protect the acrylic during shipment, so that you don't ever have to worry about it getting scratched or damaged during the shipping, and you can just take it off at your leisure. It only takes a few minutes in the end. This one, probably about 10 minutes, I would say. Really depending on your focus. It might be a little longer, as you haven't done it as often as I have. The details there. Like I said, you can even save this for your fingernail if you want. Alright, there's one main part that I save for my fingernail, and that will be coming up in a minute, as we are already coming close to the end of this project. Sometimes they like to be a little difficult in coming off. Alright. Almost this there. You can even take part of this off and just let it rip off there. If you try to do the whole thing without peeling this part, they will break off regardless. So that's just one of those things that you learn with time. Looks like I'm ready to peel this off. There we go. It's coming together rather nicely. I usually, when I peel off this middle section here, start along this edge right here, peeling my way up top. I personally just like to have it all done in one go, if possible. I like to flip it around. There we go. You see a few I got stuck there. Do that. Okay. Let's see. Got a couple more tiny bits up here. Now this is probably the most difficult section, if you will, simply because all that lettering is very difficult, and this is where I use my fingernail because it is the quickest way to do it with a minimal amount of damage. Well, no damage, I should say. You might cause some damage if you try to scrape this section with your other tool. You just do that. Knock that off. You can even literally just do this. Alright. It might take a few times to actually get all the pieces, and that's okay. Even if a couple of the small ones are still left on there, you're never going to notice it when it's actually lit up. So let's finish this now. We'll start in this corner, peel it up, okay, and we got it right here, coming along. There we go. Tiny piece got missed right here. And I flip it onto the back side. Pull this. Oops. Got a little ahead of myself. You can see right here. That now looks pretty good. You can just wipe it off a little bit, and then usually with this excess here, the easiest way to pick it up is to take the sticky part of the back and use it to your advantage by simply picking up all the peel. And you have a nice clean work spot, maybe a few left over when all's said and done, where you can just sweep those up at your leisure. Alright, thanks so much. I hope you enjoy your new gift, and that it will bring lots of fun just to your household, something really unique that you can't just pick up at Walmart or Target or something like that. Thank you again so much for shopping with us at Geekalicious Art.